Well, it was Penzance 1, Camborne School of Mines nil this afternoon, this evening rather, I should say. It's the first time we've done a interview with the reserve team this season, so it's Ryan Wilkinson, centre half, and Daz Smith, the manager. Penzance go top of the table by that win. You must be pleased, guys.
Yeah, we're buzzing. Don't get me wrong, it was a really tough game, and we knew it was going to be tough. Camborne always give us a good game. I think it was 2-0 to them down at their place last season, and we pipped them here. They're a young, well-organised technical team. So obviously to go top of the league and get the points on the board, we're buzzing with that. Absolutely chuffed to bits.
Yeah, probably their striker left his scoring boots at home tonight, didn't he? Really?
Yeah, he had a few chances, but we spoke at half time and said to our lads that, to be fair, we've probably had a couple of decent chances as well. So obviously at half time when it was tight, we just kind of said, keep doing what you're doing. And just perhaps move the ball a little bit quicker, bit of composure at places, bit of game management. But yeah, obviously grateful that he didn't get on the score sheet, and we did obviously.
So Ryan, you play centre half, so obviously you're a linchpin in that defensive lineup. Must be pleased with the clean sheet.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's really important to get a clean sheet. It's been a while. We've had a few unlucky goals in games, but today we got it, so that's all that matters.
So you re-signed for Penzance this summer. Where have you been playing since you were last at the club?
When I left Penzance, I went over to Praise, and then I had a knee operation. So then I had that, and then I went and played with my mate in a lower league, and then I've come back this year. And, yeah, I've enjoyed it.
Apart from, of course, that nasty injury you got on the 3G in pre-season.
Yeah, it wasn't nice. I started to get a bit of form, back to fitness with pre-season, and then done my ankle, but we're all good now. So.
Yeah, you're fully recovered now.
Yeah,
you're not feeling it at all.
No, we'll have to strap it up a little bit, but.
Brilliant. Back to you then, Daz. It's we have to carry out the fact we're top of the league, but we do have played a game more than Dropship. Even so, including the cup win, it's 6 wins out of 8 games. It's a pretty decent start.
Yeah, I spoke to Henry earlier on today, and at the start of the season we had a slightly different shape and a slightly different style of play, and we tweaked it slightly, and I think the lads appreciate the system now. They've all bought into it. The shape is slightly different, but obviously after last week's result and the week before, we sort of decided to try and stick with what we're doing. If we found a bit of a winning formula, we said rather than change it, would be stupid to. So we'll stick with what we're doing, and the lads, like I say, have bought into it. So we're really happy with it at the minute. It's going in the right direction.
Yeah, certainly, and it has been probably, I'd say, the only downside to the season so far, I don't know if you'll agree or not, is there still is a very big churn of players. Are we settling down now?
Yeah, it's obviously when we pre-season, we had some targets in mind, myself, Henry and Steve. Unfortunately, I think recruitment over the summer has been really good. Obviously, Wilco coming in, Luke, Connor, Charlie Palmer, Jamali, the list sort of goes on, and I think that's really important at the minute, the strength in depth that we've got. I think we're able to rotate quite comfortably and almost bring a player on that's almost like for the player that we've taken off. And I know obviously we've had games in the past, sort of last season and the season before, where we've gone away with 12 players and it's been really tough. So we want to avoid that this season and just sort of have a big squad, if you like. It's frustrating for the players that perhaps didn't make the squad, and I understand that, but at the same time it is a squad game. And they will be needed at some stage during the season. So yeah.
Well, yeah, if they're picking up the results, then it's certainly working. Another good aspect of the season so far is still batting on 2 fronts in the cups. Obviously, got through in the George Evely Cup and got a bye in the Intermediate Cup. So second round tie, way to Lano, isn't it, in the Evely Cup?
Yeah, I think that's a fortnight, 3 weeks time.
Yeah, 18th of October that is.
Yeah, obviously we're no game this week, so we're sort of turn our attentions to the following week now, to Saturday when we're back here against Wendron, and then we'll go after that and start thinking about the cup game. But obviously it's really important to stay in the cups as long as we can. Like Henry touched on in pre-season, we love a decent run in the cup competitions and try and emulate what the first team did last year. But ultimately, obviously you take it game by game, so it's if we can win the next game and then concentrate on the next game, and then what will be. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a sort of change now. This is the last of the midweek games. It's been quite a flurry of matches, and of course, sod's law. There's no game this Saturday, so you've now got a bit of a gap. When is the next game?
Week Saturday at home to Wendron. But yeah, it's funny. It seems to happen every year where we have like Saturday, Wednesday rather, than a Saturday, then a Wednesday, and then we'll have a couple of weeks off, and then we seem to have another flurry of games. It is a little bit frustrating in a sense because we end up picking up injuries because the players are sort of overplaying. Obviously, we're quite lucky in the respect that we have got quite a big squad, so we do try to rotate if we can. Fortunately, like I say, the players are bought into it and understand that sometimes, like Wright at the start of the season when he picked up his injury, we had to rotate him a little bit and just rest him and be a little bit precautious. It's a long season. So yeah, obviously a weekend off this weekend again, which isn't ideal because we kind of want to keep a bit of momentum going and a bit of form. But I'm sure the lads after tonight's efforts probably deserve a bit of a breather, if you like. So yeah, we'll go again week Saturday.
Another talking point for today's game, and it is a talking point. Your ex-teammate from Praise, Luke Howell, didn't score. He has been phenomenal, hasn't he? He's been on fire. Was he like that at Praise?
Yeah, he's back to his old self. Well, when we was here when we was kids, he was just scoring for fun. It was ridiculous. He went over to Praise. He picked up a few injuries and then went travelling. But now he's back. He just looks like his own self. Yeah, he's quality.
Yeah, 8 in 3 games is phenomenal.
But he still played good today and he didn't score, so that says a lot about him, doesn't it?
And Kizzy has dropped back into midfield, and how good has he been there?
Yeah, I know Kizzy ideally would want to play further forward. I spoke to him today and said, look, you're going to be in the 8 today. Kizzy obviously has just got phenomenal work rate and he's just so tenacious and he's 100 mile an hour. He sort of puts in a challenge every time. And he's one of them players that you can sort of give the ball in a half turn and he'll turn and run at defenders. And at the same time, then he has got the legs to get back in as well and do his defensive duties. Really good shift from Kizzy, I thought. But then at the same time, like I said, I think the whole squad performed today. It was a collective display. Wilco had a good game as well. So yeah, we're buzzing with the squad at the minute.
And one final point to mention before I let you go. It was Rashi's last game before he goes off to uni. That's Connor Thomas. What a servant he's been, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah, Connor's been absolutely fantastic. He came in, I think the first training session that I was at the club, Connor was one of the first players to arrive, introduced himself. I think a couple of weeks later we took a photo and did like a signing on thing. But yeah, Connor's he's one of the first at training, one of the last to leave. He'll help out whether it's bringing kit to the games or doing the walk bottles or running the line, or you can ask him to do anything and he's good as gold. I know the lads give him a little bit of banter and I think he gives it back, to be fair, but he's going to be sorely missed. Obviously, hopefully he'll be back at Christmas time. We sort of wish him well with his next step, with his uni work. So, yeah, great lad.
Yeah,
unfortunately, uni comes first.
And unfortunately, he's doing a journalism degree, so he's probably going to have my job when he comes back. So. Anyway, yeah, best of luck, Connor. For everyone at the club, we look forward to seeing you back when you're back from uni. And Ryan, Darren, thanks ever so much. Well done tonight. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.